Why'd I stop shooting the CT Baddies? What's going on? My name is 519 Bosco. Now, if you don't know me, I am a content creator, songwriter, recording artist, director, you name it. I fuck with media. I'm gonna try to keep this as short and concise as possible because the situation's already been a couple years old by now. I have since moved on. I'm sure they have since moved on. People have moved on. But I just, as a man, specifically a black man, sometimes you gotta just straighten up some of the kinks because I see a lot of people talking a lot of shit that they don't know anything about. So I'm gonna give you the timeline, the real, okay? So fast forward to when I actually got good enough to use whatever cameras that I could find. Because, like I said, I'm a music guy. That's where I started. I even picked up a camera because I couldn't afford to pay for music videos, so I had to learn how to shoot my own. Starts from there. That's where I got all the camera video experience from. Now, I used to get my hair done by Haitian homegirl, right? So whenever I would go there get my hair done, I would always chop up ideas. The reason I'm not saying her name now is if I need to, I'll call up on her, but that's in the story. I would sit down and I would just chalk up ideas. So one day I have an idea. I say, you know what? I bet you if I just got 5 random ratchet, regular, whatever, just regular everyday girls, and I followed them around with a camera, that shit would go off. Now, why did I even have this sentiment? Is because there was already like baddies style reality shows going on. Now I realized that Connecticut didn't have one. At least to my knowledge, it didn't have one. So I was like, you know what? Ain't shit. There's mad interesting people out here we could find to do this. Now, let me tell you where the first problem came in. The first problem came in was finding girls that were okay with representing Connecticut like alone. My old hard drive, I did a pilot episode with 5 other girls, 5 different girls from the 5 girls that you guys are familiar with. Completely different girls. We did a whole pilot episode and we shot it in Norwalk. At the end of the night, when I'm doing confessionals, is when I guess the ringleader of that group was like, so where is this going? And I told him it's going to be for a show called CT Baddies. Well, I didn't say the name yet, but I said a reality show for Connecticut like CT Baddies, right? They were like, no. They were turned off by it. They did not want to do anything that had to do with Connecticut. So it kind of fucked me up because, you know what I'm saying, these bitches was bad. It was bad, bro. It was bad. But obviously you got to respect it. I know what people want to see. And as much as I know that they would want to see them, you can't force it. So I let it go. Now, fast forward to maybe a couple weeks. I think of Mocha. Now, Mocha, I know to be a dancer at the time. She was a dancer. I'm not going to say the name of the club. They ain't paying me, so fuck it. You got to go do your research. But she used to dance at this club. I was in her inbox here and there. Not much, though, because, with these things, you got to pace yourself. Like, you can't just, hey, you want to, you know what I mean? Like, you got to ease your way in. So I don't know how I got her attention. I think maybe the car wash or something. So something that got my attention as far as to, like, where they would be. So I hit her up and I said, yo, I've been having this idea. Like, let me come up and film the car wash or whatever. It started off like that. And I know at first she probably couldn't really tell what I was trying to do, but she was always down to get it. One thing about Mocha, I'll say this. And like I said, now I have had time to sit with it. I don't wish bad on nobody. And I can give you my honest thought process. Out of all the girls, Mocha and Jade, in my opinion, were the stars. Tina had leader mentality, but wasn't really the main girl. But everyone else, they were good. I'm not saying that they were bad, but like me thinking as a quarterback, knowing who's on my team and who I'm gonna throw the ball to and all this stuff like that, I was like, okay, I know Mocha's a star. She'll do whatever accents. She'll jump into roles. Like she's ready to go every time. So Mocha was a star. Jade was a star. Jade was a natural. Now, I don't know. I just felt like Jade didn't like me, but that's okay. It's work. I didn't need her to like me. I just needed her to listen. And she did for the most part. She didn't really give me any trouble. I thought Mocha was a star, Jade was a star, and Tina had great leadership like qualities. Could be because she was tall. It just worked. But I spoke to Mocha and I explained to her the vision. And I said, can you find me some girls that will listen to you? Obviously, you'd be in charge of the girls. Just find the girls, leave the rest up to me. She found the girls. I pulled up at a car wash. Now, I shot them, dancing and, shaking ass and bikinis. And it was a slow start. I didn't really start to structure it until we went to Grill 2. Now, Grill 2 was a spot downtown. I think that was one of the first places. No, actually, it was Murphy's. Grill 2 was after. The first place that we actually filmed at was at Murphy's Law. So Murphy's Law is downtown. Nothing crazy there. They were just chilling, drinking. I come through with the camera. I film a little bit. Now, this is important. I know you guys want to get to the shit, but this is important to know that it was a slow burn. Mocha was with Beautiful that day, and they were Beautiful pretty much listens to Mocha, so it wasn't hard to keep them in line as far as like, yo, we're doing this, we're doing that. They were just doing as told. We get through that night. We go from Murphy's Law across to Boulevard Karaoke. Now at Boulevard Karaoke, we did like a little rental room thing. They did their thing. We did small shit that night. Mind you, nothing really crazy. So Grill 2 is when I think Tina is introduced. Now I could already tell first go around, like they didn't really know what to do. They didn't really, and I'll take the blame. I didn't really give them a direction. I just told them to be themselves. It's reality TV. Do what you really do. I gave them a lot of freedom as far as like what you can do with the shit. We had to get through that for them to know what to start doing on camera. Now, fast forward to when it went viral. The video that went viral, I think was, because now we're putting out episodes. I think we're like 2 or 3 episodes in, 4 episodes in. Mind you, I'm shooting these episodes with one camera. It is a Canon T6 camera. Barely no lighting, stock lens. I'm not even using a gimbal. I'm using a non-mechanical stabilizer, like not a fucking robotic one, a regular standard one. I'm catching all of these angles by myself with one microphone. Let me say that, by the way, okay? Dealing with the attitudes and the showing up of lady. And one episode I want to talk about is when we got stuck in the woods. I know where the fuck we was supposed to go. But being a producer, you got to think, is it more entertaining if they find their way? We're going to let these bitches fight it out in the woods. So that's what I did, Like, with that episode, that episode and the bus episode was some of my best favorite episodes. But the problem with that is, like, when it came to the shit talking, with that episode specifically, I would see them on on other people's podcasts that, when this went bad, I know I'm skipping ahead a little bit, but when this went bad and they were going on podcasts talking shit, they were like, yeah, he would bring people. It's already a hot ass bus. Yo, anyone that I ever brought, they were there to help. And that was insane because some of the people I brought was the girl I was seeing at the time or, my cousin, like friends of friends. Like it wasn't even, I didn't see none of the niggas in y'all inboxes coming to offer to hold lights or pay for gas and shit. No. So that was kind of fucked up that it had already gotten to their head enough to the point where they just stopped respecting the process. Yeah, I had to borrow cameras because I didn't have a budget to have good cameras. I didn't have the knowledge to light scenes and shit. Like, it was not a walk in the park. So it went bad. Now, it started to get so bad. The bickering began with the name, the ownership of the name. Mocha decided to go and get an LLC in the name CT Baddies. Now, this is when it started to become a little bit of... Now, when she did it, I think it was like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. We were speaking about it early. She told me, yeah, I wanted to go do that to protect us. Okay, well, if that was the case, then why didn't you put any of the other girls' information on there? Or why didn't you put me on there? But then again, it's an LLC. An LLC isn't exactly what this is. This is a show on a network. The network is me. 509 Bosco. The page is my YouTube page. I am the owner of the IP. So that's like saying you are in your friend's Snapchat story, and whatever your friend's Snapchat name is or that they made, you try to go make a business under it because you're the star of it or something. Like I don't understand what her thought process was in that, but it was the wrong move to do in that way. If you're thinking of protecting something that you have with your sisters, you sit them all down and get their first and last names and their form of representation to say, yo, we're about to buy this. She went and bought the LLC under her name. Now, that didn't bother me because an LLC is not what I'm worried about. This is a show that I created. You guys are the stars of the show under my production. So who's responsible for bringing girls in and on? Me. You can't just recruit people and it's okay. No, there's a process. So now when I started to say this is when the problem began. They started to think that they could call the shots on a production end. You guys are not the production crew. I'm the production crew. You guys are the talent. You show up to all of these places that I had us show up where we could film for free without permits, without paying any type of insurance. And let's be mindful, a regular baddies show that you guys are used to watching out there, there's a ton of fighting, shit's getting broken, shit's getting thrown everywhere. You don't think someone has to pay for that? Okay, we didn't do that. A lot of the questions that I got was, yo, when are they gonna fight? When are they gonna... It don't gotta be like that. Did they argue? Yes, they argued. We had interesting conversations, but it didn't have to be like that. So this is starting to unfold where it's like, now it's like they're making me out to seem like I'm a bad guy and I'm trying to tell them what to do and I'm trying to get money behind their back. First of all, you guys are dancers. If you work at a strip club and you used to make X amount of money, and then now you are a part of a viral TV show, wouldn't you be able to use that to up your bag? If you didn't know how to do that, how is that my fault? I'm not in the club with these people. You guys are. So not only did I feel like they missed on an opportunity to do that, but when I tried to get us booked, I remember we had a fucking situation with this dude from Love and Hip Hop. I don't know if it was Peter Guns or whoever. Peter Guns hits up one of the baddies, right? Me being the fucking production head of this thing, damn near the manager of this thing, right? I should have gotten a call. I didn't. So imagine you being part of the next biggest thing, the next biggest show, and these has-been niggas hit you up to say, hey, come to my shit, here's where I'm at. They don't send you a car. You wait in line. You don't get a picture. You paid for your own drinks. And the niggas still try to do what niggas do. Make it make sense. Now, if I was made aware, now mind you, one of the girls did hit me up. I can't remember right now because it's foggy. But one of the girls did hit me up while it was going on in the middle of it to catch that situation. And I was like, oh, shit. Here's how I would have went about it. Okay, you want to see us? You know that, we're the hottest girls in the city or whatever. Send us a car. Y'all niggas is famous. Y'all got it. Y'all spending bread right now. Send them a car. I would have had them send them a car. There is no waiting in line. And even if they can't be in your section, the girls need a section, some kind of accommodation. Natalie Nunn would not have done that. So it all boils down to me being one black dude with these other 5 black girls. And it's like, yo, how the fuck do you... Listen, I tried my best. I was respectful. I made these girls feel like stars. I swear to God I did. Anybody that was there that can attest to that. Random niggas started introducing themselves into the mix. Random fake politician rapping ass niggas that don't know what the fuck they want to do, whether it's pick up a fucking gun or pick up a constitution, started piping in, talking about they taught me everything I knew. Nigga, when they was forgetting about you, and I'm not even going to say his name. When they was forgetting about you, nigga, I was the one that begged people like, nah, he's doing something for the people. Get the fuck out of here, bro. This shit fucked me up so bad, bro. I lost nights of sleep. I lost nights of sleep over this bullshit, and they thought it was all because of ownership and money. If I'm trying to get you guys $200 a pop to show up somewhere, that's a small bag right there, right? Why would I not? I'm negotiating for me too. There was a situation where I was trying to get them to 1020. Mitch owned 1020 at the time. I don't know who was talking to me on the page, but I was trying to get them to get over there. $200 a girl, plus $200 for me. Now, why me? I'm filming. We've filmed scenes in there before. If you look, at least two of the episodes, the intro, the walk-in, is at 1020. People started to come to 1020, not because of us. They already were going to 1020. But I'm saying that small crowd of people that didn't go to 1020 that wanted to see this happen in front of them, they would go. These girls was living life like it was golden. I was chilling. I was the mastermind behind this whole shit just to get shitted on, bro. This was not even my passion. I'm a music head. I'm an R&B ass nigga. So what did I do when this shit went south? I said, you know what, yo, this shit is getting too toxic. I'm going to give y'all the first season. I'm going to finish shooting it. And that was like probably episode 4 or 5, which means we still had more to go. I said, yo, I'm going to give y'all that. I'm going to finish shooting it. But when this is done, I don't want to have nothing to do with y'all because it was on my YouTube page. I was the one trying to answer comments and make it more. Oh, you bitches look crazy. Oh, all right, well, you bald-headed bitch. Nah, we can't respond like that. Why? We just went viral. 50,000 people know what we look like. We don't know what they look like. You can get caught lacking outside right now by a bitch that think you fucked her nigga. And now because you got a little bit of clout, they hating even more. Perfect example, Tina Blaze went to the store. She said 5 girls pulled up in the store and said, yo, ain't you so-and-so from the Baddies? And at first, she thought it was Smoke. And then she was like, yeah. And she said, and I remember her saying, I ain't never seen these girls in my life. Exactly, but they know what you look like because you're somebody now. People are now waiting for y'all next move. She said, nah, it ended up being, it was love. They was showing love. They took pictures and shit like that. All right, dope. Like, I was trying to make these girls do different shit using my personal resources. A friend that I no longer have anymore, not because of that, but gave free vocal lessons. That woman is a award-winning vocalist, bro. She's doing amazing things. Delana, amazing recording artist, did a free Zen session. Like, what else did we do? We went to Queen's Delight Cafe, and for some reason, she don't fuck with me. I don't know what I did to her, but we shot an episode in there, and I think it was one of the last ones. It might have been after we did the Zen episode. I don't know. But I'm saying this to say, I don't know what I missed, because like I said, I didn't want to drag this on, but a lot of disrespect is why I stopped shooting CT Baddies. A lot of fucking lack of appreciation is why I stopped shooting CT Baddies. I didn't fucking ask for a dime, bro. I asked for gas money 2 times. And they tried to clown me for it. Oh, nigga, I need gas. Are you gonna film yourself with your Android, bitch? No. Like, what are we talking about here, bro? Like, I'm tired of hearing the CT Baddies talk as if it's something I just gave up. No, I didn't give up, nigga. I know my worth. I was like, you know what? There's no peace here. That's completely fine. Y'all ladies take that. Now, I'm sure they're shooting. They're doing what they need to do. But yeah, the OG season is your boy. It's your boy. It's your boy. You know what I mean? Like, I did it once. I could do it again. And I'm not going to lie. I will say this. As many nights I lost sleep and as many nights as I cried shooting the CT Baddies, bro, I had an amazing time doing it, bro. There was something about getting that next scene and then watching the playback that did it for me. So I gotta give it that. Now, with that being said, I would love to do this again. I hope I didn't miss anything. I'm sure, I don't know who's gonna see this. If y'all wanna ask questions, I got you. Like, for real. Like, I was quiet. I tried to be quiet deliberately because it's like, where I come from, like, when you know what's up, you solid, you could just hold it down. It ain't a problem. But when it starts to affect the bottom line, there was motherfuckers talking about the show right next to me, didn't know I was the one that made it, and I turned a lot of negative into positive. They were like, yeah, I don't know why they choose these girls. Like, why couldn't they get some bad bitches? I said, well, you know, when I was looking, a lot of the girls that I was trying to reach out to, they didn't want to do it. And she said, oh, you did the show? Oh, well, you know, maybe they could have did the makeup different. Stop it. I stopped shooting CT Baddies because I almost lost my fucking mind. If I could do it again, I wouldn't have done it alone. If I could do it again, I would have binded them to contracts as tight. You know what I mean? everything was too freelance, but it's a learning experience. And I'm glad I didn't give up mid-season, you know? So I will say this. I wish them nothing but the best. I don't got no smoke with them. Shout out to Mocha. Shout out to Mocha. Shout out to Jade. Shout out to Tina. Shout out to Honey. Shout out to Beautiful. Shout out to Hennessy. Henny, whatever. And Nessa, who they added on later, I guess. But like I said, bro, I have no, like, I do this by myself. And if I had a crew of people like that, I'm just saying, it'd be there. But if anyone ever wants to reach out and help me out with my next one, I would definitely much appreciate that. Doing it a lot different, as you can see, the quality's gonna go all the way up. Everything about it is gonna be official. So yeah, that's why I stopped filming the CT Baddies, bro. Yeah.